Do you know that an estimated 87 million American adults are insulin resistant? Do you even know what insulin symptoms are? Let's find out. Insulin resistance is when the cells of your body resist allowing insulin in. And that's a problem because your insulin escorts glucose into your cells so they can make energy. Lack of exercise, excess body fat, smoking, and not getting enough sleep can drive your body into becoming insulin resistant. When your cells become more and more resistant to insulin, your pancreas has to produce more and more insulin. It's like trying to shout over a crowd. Over time, the beta cells in your pancreas get worn out, and then years of silent insulin resistance become suddenly evident as your blood sugars rise and you develop type 2 diabetes. And at this time, your liver has had to store all the extra glucose in the form of fat deposits. It's called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it can lead to liver damage. Plus, the highly inflammatory nature of the extra insulin and glucose can cause clogged arteries and heart disease. So how do you know if you have insulin resistance? Here are the most common insulin resistant symptoms. A thick waist. My patients are always so focused on their weight when the key measurement of insulin resistance is not pounds, it's inches. Forget the scale and get out a tape measure. If you're a woman and your waist measurement is over 35 inches, you may be insulin resistant. And if you're a man and if your waist measurement is over 40 inches, you're heading down the road to prediabetes too. And that's only for Caucasians, Black, and Hispanic people. For Asian people, 31.5 inches for women and 35.5 inches for men increases the odds of insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. Now, metabolic syndrome is an inflammatory condition that causes hardening of the arteries, heart disease, and stroke, and it's always accompanied by insulin resistance. So if you have a thick waist, plus 3 or more of the following signs, you likely have metabolic syndrome and insulin resistance. High triglycerides. Triglycerides are literally 3 glucose molecules on a fat carrier. Triglycerides are what the liver produces in response to high blood sugar levels. And it's these triglycerides that are stored in your liver and your thick waist. Triglyceride levels of 150 or higher are signs that you are insulin resistant. Low HDLs. High-density lipid proteins, or HDL levels, below 50 for women and below 40 for men are dangerous. That's because HDLs, specifically large particle HDLs, are protective. Your HDLs should make up at least 1/3 of your total cholesterol, and half of all your cholesterol particles, both HDL and LDL, should be large buoyant particles, not small dense particles. Small LDL particle size. Many doctors do not run these more advanced particle size cholesterol tests. But if your average LDL size is less than 218 angstroms, it's a classic sign of insulin resistance. Small dense LDL clogs your arteries and leads to stroke and heart attacks. Large buoyant particles are what your body uses to make hormones. Not all cholesterol is created equally. Ideally, your average LDL size should be greater than 222 angstroms. The bigger, the better. High blood pressure. If your blood pressure is greater than 130/85 or greater, or you have to take medication to control your blood pressure, you may be heading towards metabolic syndrome. High blood sugar. You may be pre-diabetic if your fasting blood levels are over 100 milligrams per deciliter, and you may be diabetic if your blood sugar is over 125. But because you're resistant to insulin, you may lack energy, like your blood sugar is low, when in fact it can't get into your cells. Dark skin patches. If insulin resistance is severe, you may develop discoloration called acanthosis nigricans. All that extra sugar floating around in your bloodstream increases melanin and collagen production, which darkens and thickens your skin in certain areas like the back of your neck, your elbows, knees, knuckles, and armpits. Elevated hemoglobin A1C. Hemoglobin A1C measures what your average blood sugar has been over the past 6 to 8 weeks. If it's creeping towards 6, you're becoming insulin resistant. I like my patients to strive to keep their hemoglobin A1C under 5.7, which they're able to do with my insulin resistant diet combined with my HIIT exercise. You can get access to both my easy to follow insulin resistant diet and HIIT exercise in our hormone reboot training. Believe me, it's possible to reverse insulin resistance with the right support, healthy lifestyle choices, and sometimes a few key nutrients, which we discuss in our hormone support group. Join us. If you don't try and reverse your insulin resistance, you have a 30 to 50% chance of developing full-blown type 2 diabetes. And after years of high insulin levels and cell-damaging high blood sugar, people with insulin resistance are at a high risk for cardiovascular disease. Insulin resistance doubles your risk for heart attack and stroke and triples the odds that your heart attack or brain attack will kill you. Losing weight, getting regular exercise, and not skimping on sleep can help improve your insulin sensitivity. You can't choose between dieting or exercising to lose weight. You need to do both in order to improve your insulin sensitivity and reverse insulin resistance. One study found that overweight people who lost 10% of their weight through diet plus exercise saw insulin sensitivity improve by an impressive 80%. Those who lost the same amount of weight through diet alone got a 38% increase, and those who simply got more exercise but didn't lose much weight saw almost no shift in their level of insulin resistance. I'll see you in the next video.